fire's dying glow. Yes, there's one thing I know I'll always remember, was that old Sunday dinner a long time ago.
First thing I usually do when I'm cooking Jigs dinner is salt beef. Salt beef is first. Pork, whatever the fuck you got. Anyway. If one comes in these packs, all I usually do is I'll fill the bag up. And then dump it out. Just so it's not salty as old friggin' bejesus. And I'm not gonna cook one big slab just like that, so we'll cut it up a bit. Still dandy. And then our salt beef goes in our stock pot. And salt beef and an onion. And then that just sits there for about an hour, hour and a half, and then you add your vegetables. I'll show you how to peel carrots or potatoes, because I hope you know how to do that, but turnip can be a bit tricky for people that don't know. Turnip, rutabaga, or the frig you can call it, depends on where you live. This usually cuts out these funny spots. I have stuff all over the floor. And then this other end. Now it's ideal that you'd have a little bit bigger of a knife, but we're doing what we got. Alright, then we got either end kind of cut off. And take them. Cut in half, so when we got it cut in half, it's a little bit easier now. All we're going to do is take it and cut it into slices. And when we cut it into our slices, then we'll just peel it, and that'll be good for that.
I know I'll always remember, was that old Sunday dinner a long time.
Just, a bit of butter, a bit of extra fat never hurts no one, you know. Salt and fat, just main ingredients to this meal. Salt and fat. Alright. Grab something there, a little pea bag of it. And it's just regular old yellow split peas, and I don't know. I'm gonna grab a butter knife. But anyways, they're yellow split peas, and I don't soak them overnight like most people do. I just add them in right away with my salt meat and stuff and let them boil for a couple hours, and it usually turns out pretty good, especially with that butter. Now, depending on how many people you're cooking for, you decide on how much you want, but put in a fair amount. A couple on the floor. But you take your bag, fold it, and fold it again, then fold it down on itself. Then a little string that comes with your piece, put them back when you first buy them. Now, most people have cooking string. Wrap around, tie it in a knot. Should be pretty straightforward. Don't give me nothing special, just, normal old knot just to hold your bag together. You don't want your peas coming out, going in your pot, turn to mush. Now, your pot over here, drop your bag in, tie it off to your handle. Do not let it go down on the bottom or your peas will burn and not be very good. Unless you're into that stuff, because I know some people like burnt toast, but not me. So you tie that there. Then you lay your cover back on. What will happen, your bag will fill up with steam, and then your peas are cooking. And that'll be done when everything else is done. Our vegetables and all that done, our pot boiling, so the last thing I kind of like to do is my chicken, so that I don't cross-contaminate anything else. All I did was just chop up an onion half chunky and put that in my roaster. It gives our chicken something to sit on, so we don't stick to the bottom so much and burn. And we'll get some water in there. Basically enough to float our onions, but not enough that it goes into the butt of the chicken and makes our dressing soggy. Bit of pepper and salt, all according to taste. Depends on how you like it. Like I said, the fattier and saltier, the better. Alright, now we have a chicken. So, this is why I like doing this last, because it's dirty old raw chicken. No one likes raw chicken. So, we got our chicken, make sure there's no bag in there. And what I'll do is grab a paper towel, stuff it in there. Play with it a bit and wiggle it around. Yeah, you do that and you draws them out and stuff, so then you don't got goop on your friggin' dressing. You know, no one likes goopy chicken stuff in their dressing. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our dressing ready. So, for dressing. Go here. We'll get our blender. Any blender at all is good. Or unless you want to sit there and pick bread apart with your hands, you can do that too, but I really think you'd need a blender to do this. But you can say now your fingers if you want or whatever. Take a bread. You can buy breadcrumbs too. I like using these funny ends down at the ends of the bag. Bread in there. Medium. I don't got them pulverized to sand. But if we got that done, then I put some onion in there. So we got some nice minced onion. We'll put that in with our breadcrumbs. Get in there. Alright, so we got that in there with that. Now we got about a quarter of a cup of butter. A quarter of a cup of butter we're gonna melt. Alright, so what else? Alright, now we got savory from Mount Saw Farm. Thank Mount Saw Farm, because I don't really know where else you're going to get savory around here too. Anyways, summer dried savory. Put in, you know, nice little pawl. And then close this back up. So we're not being messy. Alright. Now, dash of salt. Dash of pepper. Shot up. Our melted butter, half melted. This is why I like using bread bag. Then you do this. Now that's what I'm used to growing up to, and that's what I'd call traditional dressing. And that's how easy it is. Now, take it, fill your chicken. That's it. Stuff right to the brim. You get these, I don't know what that you'd call it, but anyways, you get these little flaps. You want to take one, push it in as far as you can go, and take your other one, push it there. Now, what I normally do, which some people don't, toothpicks. Just like piercings, you pierce through. Now, what that does is it keeps all the steam and juices and everything in for your dressing, but it doesn't allow the water and stuff get in there, and it doesn't allow it to dry right out. Now, we got our chicken like that. Take a bit of butter in our hand, rub the butter. You know, it don't gotta be fancy, it's just like giving a little tanning lotion of some sort. Alright, now let me rinse my hand off. Got butter everywhere. Alright, so we got them buttered up. We'll do a bit of salt, or pepper, I should say, geez. A little bit of pepper, bit of salt, sprinkle of savory. This is more just to garnish it and make it look real pretty. We like a pretty bird, don't we? There's our little pretty bird. And we're gonna bake the shit out of them now. So, put them in 350, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on what you like. Last half hour, take the lid off. You got a chicken. Alright, so we're into about our first hour of boiling our salt meat, but right now we have our chicken in there at 350 and he's only been in there for about 20 minutes. But now, like we had him earlier, same thing, you know, he's nice and stuffed, he's still staying good, starting to brown up and stuff. Perfect. So, leave him for another half hour, and once he starts, you know, crisping up and cooking good, we'll baste him a bit. That's perfect. In about 45 minutes or so, we'll start with our veggies. Alright, now the next thing we're going to make here is a dry stovetop dressing. What we've done is we cubed all our pieces of bread, just cut them up in cubes. And I melted, same thing, about a quarter cup mug of butter and poured it on it. I already done that without videoing it, but yeah. Now just some pepper, some salt, almost just like the dressing you put in the chicken, except for it's cubes. It's on the stove. Onion that's minced. This is all according to how you want it for yourself. And I'm just sticking my finger down in there. Get our onion there. And a bit of savory. Where's the savory? Savory. Now wherever I laid the savory nice, put it back in the cupboard. Because we're keeping it clean, putting stuff away as we're using it. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Anyways, and then savory. Yet again, almost to how you want it. That's quite a bit, but however you want it, because you know, too much give you heartburn, but I'm young, so I don't really get heartburn. So don't bother me. But yeah, and then that's your draw dressing. We'll get some. Alright, it's about like hour and a half-ish into our boil, about an hour into the chicken or whatever. But what we done is we added our cabbage about 10 minutes before I added the carrot and turnip. And now in about, say, 20 minutes we'll add our potatoes, and then about 40 minutes from that this pot should be done and our chicken should be done. And this is our dressing, our dry one. And now right here in this pot I have melted butter. Just, you know, like, not very much, about a quarter of a cup of butter. We're going to take a big old spoonful of flour and then another little tiny one of flour. What we're going to do is mix that in with our butter. Instead of mixing your flour water, you do two, and you get your gravy. Now all you gotta do, grab your plate and dig in and take it up and eat it. Now don't forget your beets and your pickled, mustard pickles I should say, and then you're all good to go. And make sure to thank the cook.